You don't have time to go to the jewelers and figure out your ring size? Here are 3 simple ways to figure out your ring size at home. Welcome back, Manly Bands fam. Today, I'm going to be answering the most requested question of the year, possibly of all time, relevant to us in the ring industry. How do I measure my ring size at home? Odds are you're a busy person juggling work, your online RPG character, disc golf practice, and oh yeah, planning the most important day of your life. Although you're down to book the wedding DJ and plan the honeymoon, you have been putting off picking your ring because you still don't know your ring size, but sizing up your dazzling digit is not as much of a hassle as it used to be. Before the invention of the internet, you know, in the Stone Age, men would travel to the top of a mountain and ask the guru on top of the mountain what his ring size would be. No way, Archie, you say, and you would be correct because I just made that up. Here's what really happened. Instead, in the before times, guys would have to give up their Saturday and visit a jewelry store with a pushy sales guy, guilting you into buying a ring you didn't want just so you can find out if you're a size 9 or 9.5. Luckily, in our modern age, I have 3 alternatives to getting your ring size. Dozens of YouTubers talk about the first method, and it's the easiest to do, but it's also the most inaccurate way to get a proper fit. It involves using a tape measure or dental floss. The idea is that you measure it by wrapping it around your ring finger, and if you're 61 millimeters on the tape measure, you'll be a 9.5, 62 millimeters for a size 10, 63 millimeters for a size 10.5, and so on and so on. Now, this is the fastest and most convenient way to measure your finger, but it's also the most inaccurate way to get your ring size. It works about the same way as going to the jeweler and getting a snapshot of what your ring size is at that exact moment in time. It doesn't account for the time of day, weather, your activity level, or that double-double you ate for lunch. Let's be real, it was a 4x4, wasn't it? The biggest downside of using a tape measure or dental floss is human error. I found that most people who use this method are off by like 1 to 3 sizes, usually making us think that we're bigger than we are. And no one wants to have their ring falling off when they wash their hands or have it be so tight it's cutting off circulation to your second favorite digit. Then you have to exchange the ring, apologize to your wife, and take the condemning stares of your mother-in-law. Or so I'm told. Ugh, no thanks. Don't worry, we have a better solution coming up. You want to know your size for sure when ordering online, since you don't get to go in and try it on in the store beforehand. Unless, of course, you come to our store in Orem, Utah. This not only applies to clothes and shoes, but men's wedding bands as well. And a properly sized ring is important because you're going to be wearing it all the time, right? You're not taking it off for whatever reason. A wedding band that's too big or too small, no bueno, it's not good. If it's too tight, you won't be able to get it on and off without using soap or oil or a saw or a hammer. Nah, I'm just kidding, but we do have a video for that. If your wedding band is too big, it'll wiggle and spin around on your finger. What you really want is the smallest size that fits over the widest part of your finger. For some dudes, that's the knuckle. For others, the base of the finger is the widest. The correct size should be snug, but not too snug, and you should have to twist it a little bit to get it off. If you end up ordering the wrong size, you'll want to exchange it. Of course, we here at Manly Bands make exchanging easy peasy. We have a super easy self-serve exchange process that you could do 24 hours a day, or if you're not sure which next size to try, our customer happiness team is here to help, and we stay up late on chat, so, you know, hit us up. Now for that better solution to getting your ring size we promised earlier. While still not 100% accurate, we've got a much better virtual option to get you sized up. The Instasizer. Just download and print the Instasizer, and you'll need to ensure that the scale of the printer is correct to get an accurate size. And the way to check that is by placing your credit card in the top section. If it matches that in size, you're golden. After that, cut out the Instasizer, place it on your ring finger, and pull the tag until it's comfortable on the widest part of your digit. For the best results, you should try this several times during the day to double and triple check if your finger swells or contracts, because your size can change throughout the day. Now, this is a better option than using the tape measure or dental floss if you printed the paper out to the correct size. The biggest downside is that the Instasizer is made of paper, so you can't really wear it throughout the day to make sure it fits comfortably. Speaking of comfort, most of our rings are comfort fit, if you've heard that term. Comfort fit and standard fit are 2 different sizes. Standard fit wedding bands are flat on the inside, so the entire backside touches your finger when you wear the ring. Comfort fit wedding rings are curved on the inside, so there isn't as much metal touching your finger. And since the edges curve up, the outer part of the band is bigger than the innermost part. Comfort fit wedding bands create a little less friction, unlike Corey's skinny jeans. Now, for the record, I don't mind skinny jeans, but they just look weird on Corey. Fun fact, most plain solid gold rings on the market are standard fit, and most alternative metal rings on the market are comfort fit. Now you know. Now that you're an expert in knowing the differences between standard and comfort fit, paper and string sizing, here is the best and most accurate way to get your finger sized at home, homie. Not only is this next option the very best option to get your ring size at home, it'll also measure your comfort fit size, as most of our Manly Bands rings are comfort fit. It's called the Manly Ring Sizer. Start off by popping out the rings and trying them on. What you're looking for is the smallest size that fits over your knuckle, or the largest part of your finger. You should have to bend and twist it a little to get it off. Now take that chosen size and wear it all day during your normal activities to see how it feels. And if you find your finger getting a little red, go a half size up. If you find it sliding off when you wash your hands, go a half size down, and so on until you find that perfect match. How you wear your ring also matters. Some guys are the set it and forget it type. Others get tense when there's no slip and slide and they want to use their band like a little fidget spinner. If you need some twist in your life, go a half size bigger. And if you're purchasing one of our sweet handcrafted rings, you'll get a free Manly ring sizer with your purchase. Otherwise, you can order your Manly ring sizer by clicking the link in the description. At the end of the day, it's very important to make sure you measure your finger carefully before buying your ring. These aren't one size fits all. Everybody's fingers are different, and everyone has a different preference on fit, just like pineapples on pizza, which, for the record, I do not like on my pizza, but you can do whatever you want and be disgusting. And speaking of preferences, have you picked which ring is right for you? Manly Bands has unique and affordable rings for everyone. For example, if you love the strength of tungsten, I made a video showing off some of our best tungsten rings right here. And if you're more of a naturalist, that's not to be confused with naturist, check out our wide assortment of wood rings right over here. Until next time, Archie out. Oh, it's empty. Corey?